That's what that means, a big dog. They'd be standing at the whiteboard like, I think he hates hookers.
I think he hates women. Maybe it's mommy issues. They're like, the unsub is in his mid-20s to early 30s. He is a white man. He works a dead-end job. He has a stutter.
Sludge bomb. Okay, let's look at that.
The defendant drove to the victim's house, murdered Mrs. Homestead in her bedroom, then drove her body back into Boston and dumped her into that alley. The evidence will establish the defendant and the victim were having an affair, and when the victim tried to end the relationship, the defendant murdered her.
Ooh, you're admitting the affair. Interesting. Yeah, this is the crazy motherfucker.
The homicide rate in this country, this city, our city, the proud city of Boston, is starting to climb. And people like me, you, damn sick of it. For one, I'm fed up with exalting civil rights to the point where the criminal enjoys more constitutional privileges than we do. Enough already.
What if we
If a person kills another human being,
go
I can
Arceus?
give a rat's ass whether he suffers from schizophrenia, substance abuse,
Not rat's ass, but open
the
target.
in jail. That's how I feel.
Yeah, this is a crazy motherfucker, I'll say that.
Certainly how the government.
You know, you're not helping.
I salute them for it.
Sludge bomb and solar beam. Rolls. Max rolls.
Make sure a murder is avenged. They get it wrong, and they arrest the wrong person.
79 and 25.
We all want to catch the person who killed Gene Homestead.
104.
But Daniel Carrington is not that person.
138.
They arrested the
134.
wrong man.
I mean, it's not the worst, but it was definitely bold.
What are you talking about?
His opening argument.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't give a rat's ass. 94. 30. 124.
And you believe that? Jimmy, the examination didn't reveal any vaginal bruising or
14.
tearing.
You see her face. You think she did that to herself?
I can't rule out the possibility that she did.
Why?
This is a hooker with a drug problem.
Helen.
Even if she's telling you the truth.
Is this one of our folks?
She knows she's a DA. She's a prosecutor.
Oh, okay, she's a
But
DA.
she's like Lindsay's best friend. She was fucking Bobby. She lives with Eleanor. Like she's our bitch. We like. I keep thinking she's gonna switch sides. We like her, but that's crazy.
This one was fatal.
She's also usually really big on believing women, but I guess sex work is where she draws the line.
She's like, yeah, that's not the kind of women we believe.
Did you find significant?
Several. There were no other bruises, scratches, no skin scrapings under her nails, no indication of a struggle.
And what did that tell you?
That it's highly unlikely she was mugged or overpowered.
34.
Much more likely she
Yeah, we'll
was
definitely have to go
simply
citrus.
struck in the back of the head.
Anything else?
We found small traces of semen in the vaginal area. We submitted samples for DNA analysis. They were an exact genetic match with the defendant.
Oh,
Thank you, Doctor.
there's not exact matches in Bobby. Oh, but they're claiming.
First of all, Doctor,
First of all,
let me applaud you on your ability to crunch your testimony.
What?
So many experts, especially doctors,
34.
technical talk is either boring or incomprehensible. I salute you, sir.
Thank you.
I probably shouldn't be admitting this, but I can't take issue with a single thing you said.
Oh.
I agree with all of it. So, I'm going to sit down so we can move on.
That's crazy. I don't think you're allowed to do that. Imagine, look at my doctors, bro. Imagine that's your doctor.
You can just say nothing, Your Honor.
For her to be mugged and dragged into the alleyway without showing any physical signs, such as bruising or fingernail scraping?
Yes, it's possible.
Thanks.
Where'd you go?
One other thing. If my client had had intercourse with the victim several hours before her death, semen evidence could still be found, couldn't it?
Yes.
So, it's possible my client and the victim had sex. She was later hit on the head and killed by somebody else. Your findings don't exclude that possibility, do they, Doctor?
No. Thank you.
Hey,
Okay.
what's up?
How'd I do?
He raped me, and it would be your word against his. You know who he is?
Russell Matthews.
It'll usually be darkest
Very
lariat.
prominent lawyer. He would be perceived to be more credible than a hooker with a drug history. Look, I'm your friend. There's nothing
People who are your friend famously say that.
Maybe not criminal. I would think Mr. Matthews would let this go away without any noise.
If the
I will handle his agenda.
I'm ending it now, Jenny. I can't see you anymore. I'm there.
it's looking at Terminator,
You're beginning to frighten me. And I just need you to
and I'll be
stay
ending.
away.
We wanted to look at Terminator.
That was identified as the voice of the victim?
Identified by her husband, yes.
Where was this message found, Detective?
On the defendant's voicemail, recorded at 6 minutes past 9 on January 17th.
And according to the coroner's findings, when did Mrs. Olmsted die?
Her body temperature indicated that she died about 10 p.m. that same night.
Did you make any findings as to where she died, Detective?
Our conclusion was that she died in her own bedroom. There were microscopic blood spatterings on her bedpost as well as the carpet. The blood matched up genetically to the victim. We believe she was killed there and then moved.
Any other evidence leading to this?
We also found microscopic blood splatterings in the defendant's car. Blood that also belonged to the victim.
Thank you, Detective.
That should probably just be that.
Well, things really look bleak for our side, don't they?
Fuck you, dude. That guy sucks.
That's why you arrested my client. The phone message, the blood splatterings, is there. Well, come to think of it, that would be it, wouldn't it? I mean, that's your entire case. Blood, phone message, and
Nice.
right
That only took like 4 hours. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't very
It's
nice.
a little kind of wobbly, but it's fine. It's a lot of space.
Any evidence, physical, forensic, testimonial that my client was in
We
the
got
victim's
space.
bedroom that night?
There's a lot of space.
Well, the coroner's already
So
admitted
many
that they could
t-shirts.
have made love earlier, maybe even someplace else. Do you disagree with the coroner on that, detective? No. And this blood you're talking about, microscopic, you said. So if you took all this blood and pulled it together, the blood you found both in her bedroom and my client's car, more or less than a paper cut, detective.
Probably less.
Gee. It doesn't look as bad
He said,
for us
gee.
as I thought.
Objection.
What do you think these are?
You smug Joe, Danny. That was nothing. Ask Elmer.
Cover the holes.
In case I don't use the wheels.
Second
Yeah,
degree?
I would say so.
Could I?
What are you willing to say? We thought an acquittal would be nice.
Yes, besides that, then,
Slot 2 is looking at Hammy. So when we kill Salazzle,
this is Joey's first murder trial. Bobby, he needs to hear that, Joey.
it'll definitely be
You
marijuana.
don't think we can win?
Yes, mayor's opinions are colored by his ego. Bobby, this is what you get for making me second chair. If you don't already know this,
Little
you
bitch
need
baby.
to as we go forward.
I've trusted Joey this far. I'm ready to trust
Is there something else we could do? Not really.
How is he? He's good. The jury loves him. It kills me to admit it.
Big what?
57,
Helen,
43.
You know, I've been having these nasty
Oh.
little have no dreams of you.
what?
Joey, the blood in the car is a problem. I hope you don't plan to argue paper cuts.
Oh no, the beloved husband is up next. He's what you call Plan B.
51
He has no
and
alibi.
It doesn't matter. Do you have any evidence of the killer?
68.
No?
Well, then you don't plan B, not the widower.
Eleanor.
You accuse the husband with nothing to back
They
up
do
the
that all
accusation.
the
Your
time.
client will get convicted.
I agree.
Bobby, Eleanor, I recognize that I don't have your experience. But one thing I do know, Plan B, that's where the practice of law is delicious.
I don't like when they say that. I don't like the word delicious. Keep that out your mouth.
Mr. Lee, Miss Mathis can see you now.
Let's see. We get certainly get poisoned. You know that's a no. Sun is in. What are we getting
It's the conclusion of a rape
from
crisis
Marowak?
counselor. She was raped.
Slow kill.
She tells me she was raped. And I believe her.
You believe her. Your client set me up, Mr. Brown. She had relations only then to tell me what her occupation was. And then she attempted to extort me.
Did she give herself the black eye?
Perhaps she did. I assure you I didn't. Why are you here?
The district attorney's office has to prove its case beyond all reasonable doubt. In civil cases, as you know, the burden is much less. She makes for a credible witness.
Get to the punchline.
We settle now, we'll sue you tomorrow.
Damn. You tell him, King.
People would ever know.
On your way out, Mr. Brown, take a glance at the artwork on the walls. We are a very rich law firm, Mr. Ruby. It's a byproduct of having many excellent lawyers. Go forward with this extortion. I'll deploy the attorneys here to destroy both your client and you.
And that's not extortion.
No, that's just a threat.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. Because I didn't rape your client. You may leave now, Mr. Ruby.
I thought maybe Jean was out with friends, so it wasn't like her not to leave me a message. Finally, around midnight, I began calling some of her friends, and at 3 a.m. I phoned the police.
Mr. Homestead, I know that this is very difficult, sir, but did you have knowledge of your wife's affair with the defendant?
I had learned about it a week before.
And how did you find out, sir?
Jeannie had been in therapy, and her therapist implored with her that she tell me.
And as a result of your finding out,
We had some very severe arguments, ending with a recommitment by both of us to our marriage.
and that's for the defendant?
That's sweet.
She planned to break it off.
Do you know she did that, sir?
She said she had 3 conversations, telling him that
Objection, hearsay.
Withdrawn.
Julie,
Eleanor?
you know, this is...
The objection is withdrawn, Your Honor. I mean, all witnesses.
Would you continue, sir?
She
She said that he was having a difficult time accepting that they would not be seeing one another again. Jean even thought that she might eventually have to get a restraining order. Why? She was becoming afraid of him.
Did she use that word, sir? Afraid?
Yes. She was concerned that he might try to hurt her.
Thank you, sir. Well, now I wish we hadn't withdrawn our objection at all if I knew you were going to say that. Mr. Herrick. So, your wife told you the things she had been discussing with the therapist.
Yes.
Has she engaged in any other affairs?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Has she talked to you, perhaps, about being unusually attracted to a younger man? An attraction that both she and her therapist considered unhealthy.
Switch Dreadnought to.
Mr. Homestead, did she tell you she'd been sexually attracted to another man, a younger man?
Yes.
A man that she had once even kissed?
Yes.
Sir, do you see that man in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you identify him for court, please?
My son. Her stepson.
Whoa.
Oh.
Well, isn't this exciting?
Objection.
Withdraw. For how many hours were you home alone before notifying the police that your wife was missing?
I don't know. Around 5 hours.
Forgive me, sir, but I have to ask a question that's on everybody's mind. Did you kill your wife?
Objection.
Overruled. Obviously, it wasn't over like she said between her and my client. They found the sperm. She lied to you. She has an affair. You learn she kisses her stepson, your son. Then you find out she's lying and still sleeping with the man she claims to be afraid of. If indeed she said that, only you know for sure. Did you kill your wife?
No. I did not.
I don't believe you.
Objection.
Mr. Herrick, nothing further, Your Honor.
He doesn't need us, Bob. He's not
I don't like the scene transitions in this show.
We're simply sitting in a courtroom
It's like a subway.
to be impressed. Which is exactly
Oh
what
shit.
narcissistic
Baby.
disorder is all about.
Red.
He needs other people
I
to
didn't realize
see
this was
his
here.
achievements in order for him to
It's okay. No, I didn't want to like fuck it up. I just didn't look when I leaned back.
We were just talking about you, Joey. Nice little bombshell.
Wasn't it though?
Why didn't you tell us about it?
Oh, come on, it was a surprise. Question for Thomas.
Me?
Do I let Daniel testify? Things are going so well. Does he have any skeletons?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then he has to testify. He has to explain the semen.
And the blood in his car.
I could rest now. I'd argue they didn't make their burden.
Joey.
Did you make your paper small?
I finished that a while ago.
Oh. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me. We didn't celebrate.
I did tell you.
No, you didn't. You said, I have 2 more sentences. That's the last thing I heard about it.
Yeah, and then I said, oh,
Mm,
I'm gonna finish the roller thingy.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying.
The man rapes me, and I'm supposed to just let it go?
Why does this do so little?
Mr. Galluti?
Yes.
First, I'm going to deny saying everything I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I don't know what you think the Mathis did, but you're sane.
52 and...
But there's a junior partner at my firm who's asking me what's going on.
not high enough.
It's like he's too interested. I think
What
he
about
is.
the other way around?
What's his name?
52 and...
Like I said,
47?
we never had this conversation.
As close as it's gonna get.
Jimmy. Draft complaint. Move from emergency services.
taken prior to filing the complaint.
Can you do that?
But if there's a danger the evidence could be lost, this junior partner will have a lot of pressure on him. You need to get him in now and put him on the hook.
Why not just file the complaint, counsel?
We're happy to do that. I would think the defendant would seek to explore ways of making this go away before we file, since filing makes it public record.
What kind of threat is evidence of the extortion?
Look, I have the automatic right to depose him after we sue. We're happy to take that route.
Listen, what we're doing is so. The only reason you're not formally suing is because by doing so, your card is played and you lose no control. This thing has a man staged. But Mr. Niles, it's not a question as to whether he can depose this lawyer. This motion only covers timing.
We're even willing to come to your place.
I'm going to allow the deposition.
One would be in the dreadnought slot,
I don't like the stage.
which is the bait slot, which is slot 1.
We have gone to a club.
Right, slot 1 is the bait slot.
Early, isn't it?
It was an underground club, mostly gay, but a lot of heterosexuals went there primarily to have sex.
So
They had
dreadnought.
sex in the club.
Yes,
And you and G.
Slot
Homestead went to
1,
this club on the night.
Inte will be in
yes.
Did I do?
slot
What?
1.
We danced. We made love.
What time did you leave?
Probably around 8 or 9. I drove her home.
Did you go inside?
No. I dropped her off, then I went home.
You never went back to her house?
No.
Well, did you receive her phone message?
No, that message was left. On
So
my
kill
business cell,
Salazar.
which she would know I
Slot
wouldn't
2.
get. That
So when we
message
kill
was left to
Inte,
set me up. Objection.
Inte will be in
And what about those
Slot 2.
microscopic traces of
Let me write
blood
that up.
that were found in the back seat of your car?
I have no idea. But she certainly been in the backseat of my car many times, and sometimes we even made love there.
slot 1. Because we wanted to look
Anybody
at
see you and Mrs. Homestead at this
Terminator.
time? I'm sure people did. Nobody's come forward. It's funny how not one waitress, not one bartender, not one patron remembers seeing you there. It's a pretty crowded place. Any witnesses to establish that you were home alone the night of the murder? There were witnesses. I wouldn't have been alone. Ever been convicted of a felony, Mr. Cole?
So it'll be Inte will be in slot 2. So it'll be looking at our killing slot. So you're slower and don't outdamage.
Many years ago.
Actually, you do outdamage.
Assault and battery. We have a girlfriend.
You're faster.
I pushed her, and she was hospitalized with 3 broken ribs.
Damn it.
Wasn't she, Mr. Farrington?
Wait, no, we'll be Hearthstone. Yeah, so we will outdamage.
Did you know about that conviction? Oh, I was only 19 at the time.
It doesn't matter. That felony was reason enough to keep him off the stand.
You put it on. You beat up a former girlfriend? Well, the jury had to hear his story.
How are you letting us in on all of
It
this?
should be down fine. Just because it's faster,
To help me prepare my closing.
right?
I'll meet you back at the office.
I'm just gonna click Flare Blitz.
What's your relationship with Mr. Mathis?
Or Breakbird.
Both lawyers in the same firm.
You socialize together?
No.
Were you in the Palmer House Hotel on the evening of April 20th?
No, I was not.
Do you have any information concerning the events involving Mr. Mathis?
You'll have a slow kill.
I will answer it again. I don't know what you're talking about, and I
With
cannot
Flare Blitz.
divulge information.
Do you know Jennifer Cole?
No, I'm not.
Ever heard of her before?
Okay.
Only in connection with this lawsuit.
Okay.
Rock Slide is a 2-shot.
You can go, Mark. You also, please. If you go forward with this lawsuit, Mr. Booth, this is the counterclaim that awaits you. Never mind abuse of process, there are counts of libel, defamation, defamation of character.
You can't sue me for what I allege in a complaint.
Oh, well. And truthfully, I hope we lose the first go-round. That'll give us a chance to go to the appeals court, possibly the SJC.
Oh, wait.
I hope you like working on this case, Mr.
No, we should do Brooks.
Because for the next 3 years, you'll have time for little else.
We should do Brooks for sure.
Sorry we're late. We were held up in court and we all wanted to come over together.
What is this?
This is an army. See, you may have thought to yourself, nobody's going to take up the cause of a lowly prostitute. But you were wrong. Jennifer Cole is a friend of this firm. We care about Jennifer Cole. We stand committed to exercising Jennifer Cole's rights. I guess what I'm trying to say, Mr. Mathis, if we go to war, we've got to.
You think you're ready to challenge the resources of this law firm?
Do some research. We've been up against big firms before and beaten them for a lot of money.
We don't even take
Our
any damage.
reputation is a terrible thing to waste, Mr. Mathis.
You people are what give lawyers a bad name.
Huh?
The lawyers who rape give us a bad
Oh.
name.
Got him. Got
We
down.
can fight, or we can settle this. But like Eugene Young said, if it's a fight you want, you're in for a big one. And win or lose, you lose.
I can't believe Bruxish was the answer. That shit is crazy.
$175,000. All conditioned on total confidentiality.
175,000.
I think we should take it.
Okay.
We'll have to take tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Okay. Let's look this over.
Potential.
So turn 1, Rockslide goes Charizard. We switch Bruxus into Turtonator. Turtonator takes a Sludge Bomb and a Solar Beam.
This guy Mathis.
There should be no
He's
chance
capable of great.
for Salazzle to Sludge Bomb.
I don't want you
Hammy,
ever
like that's just
going
fiction.
back to
It'll be
farmhouse.
this.
I won't.
It'll only be Sludge
You
Bomb.
have a little girl, Jennifer. She needs you. The other night, you could have been killed. You need to start over.
I will, Jimmy. And not just for her.
Can I
but for
click
you.
Endeavor?
You don't owe me nothing.
I owe you
No.
my life, Jimmy.
Right?
And I'll never forget it.
I don't think you can click Endeavor. It's
She
fiction.
told her husband that she feared Daniel.
She'll have a kill. He'll have a kill
Feared
anyway.
that he might hurt her, and
Entei
she's
comes in
found
on
dead.
slot 1 because it sees a kill
Traces
on
of Daniel
Turtonator.
Carrington's semen
Turn 2, we click Rockslide on Salazzle,
Daniel Carrington's car.
which brings in Talon.
He previously
We switch
beat up and hospitalized another
Turtonator to Dreadnought.
All the evidence
Dreadnought
is
takes a Sludge Bomb with
against
Stone
him.
Edge.
And what's
These
his
are the
story?
minerals. We
They
can
made
go
love in a bar?
citrus. So it's
Nobody saw them in this bar. Not one patron, not one waitress or bartender. There was a message from the victim breaking off the relationship, a message to the defendant left 1 hour before she was murdered. There is no doubt here, gentlemen. Daniel Carrington murdered Gene Holstead.
date slot 1. These are the minerals. Merriwagon slot 2. So on the right,
I certainly understand the theory.
we switch.
Did it.
Oh, sorry, no.
Sperm.
Slot 2 is on the left.
Phone message.
We
Makes
switch
perfect
Dreadnought to
sense to
Vivillon.
jump to that conclusion, doesn't it?
Vivillon will either take Solar Beam or a ground move. Hammy will always take a ground move.
Establish guilt
But Hammy never takes
beyond
anything,
all
right?
reasonable doubt. Now, have they really done
Because
so
one here
They
will be
certainly
Solar
didn't
Beam.
rule out that they made love in the
On
club,
here, it'll be
or that
Boomerang
Kenny
on one of
was
the 2
alone
slots.
at home.
But it'll never be
We really can't rule out husband.
Entei into Hammy.
He had motive, opportunity. What about a stepson for that? Any stepson broiled an Oedipal affair. Certainly capable of twists and turns. Doesn't even stop there. Suppose
This is not where this goes.
another lover. No evidence, to be sure, but they
Rockside kills into switch to London Bruxish. We kill Maryland.
that far-fetched.
Untitled Rockside. Bruxish takes.
A little session at the club. Goes to the victim's house. Threatens her. Forces her to make that phone call to implicate Danny. Then he or she kills him.
And Sin will have kill. We switch Bruxish to Archeops. We should always live the crit. We rock slide number 1 with Hammy, and then double rock slide should kill. Okay, I think that I don't see any way for this to be. This is the line, if you were wondering. Turn 1, rock slide kills Charizard. We switch Bruxish to turret. Turret is the bait. Intake comes in after stop because it sees kill on Turtonator. Turtonator goes to Dreadnought. Dreadnought takes a Sludge Bomb as damage. Only Marowak will come in on slot 2 after we kill. After we kill Salazzle. We do a double switch. Rock slide kills Entei. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All of this hinges on the fact that it wouldn't click fake out if we have Bruxish in, which I'm pretty sure it won't. It is Turtonator, not Caracosta, weirdly. Where's Turt? You don't come. Where is Turt? Oh, Dreadnought. Here and here.
No, the check is coming by messenger.
You need citrus. And you need citrus. And you need citrus. You need Heartstone. Wait. No. Yeah, Hammy gets Muscle Man. You get Heartstone. Ooh, he lied in his deposition? It's not allowed.
About 6 weeks ago, I met Jennifer.
It's Flannery time.
She passed herself off as a young advertising executive. We got a room that we loved. After which she informed me that she was a prostitute. And if I didn't give her $10,000, she would tell my wife. Or cry rape. Here's a copy of my check. There's nothing to be done. But these are people with families, Mr. Berluti. Stay quiet.
Now I have a plate and screw device invented with the lower spine. Following surgery, the device screws broke off inside the back.
That tends to happen. I mean, it's a probably a listed complication. Did he win? I would bet he doesn't. We go into Turtonator here, and we click Rock Slide. We should never take any damage on Hamilton. Dazzling prevents it from clicking fake out.
Like that, if you're saying the issue is yes, it is. Like, if you're saying the issue is manufacturer's design, the doctor's not helping a lot of that. I guess my side.
Yep, it should be Sludge Bomb. Never fake out because of dazzling. Even if we get poisoned, we'll be fine. And this is Solar Beam. And then it overkills, obviously. And this kills Charizard. On the Charizard slot, it should be Entei for fast kill. And Salazzle doesn't die on this turn. Salazzle is still having a kill, still has a kill with only Sludge Bomb, and Entei will have a kill with Stone Edge. So because we didn't get heat waved on Hammy, we will be fine. So it's only Stone Edge ever. Let me check that that's true. 44. Yeah, 100%. It's only Stone Edge and Sludge Bomb on Torterra. Right. We click Rock Slide again. It has 50% on Entei. Okay. So this should kill Salazzle, and Entei is at 50%, right? So in this turn exactly, Entei sees fast kill into Dreadnought with only Solar Beam. It's never Stone Edge, it's never anything else, it's only Solar Beam. And it should be Marowak because it sees slow kill onto Hamilton. Because it sees slow kill on Hamilton, right? It should be Marowak, yep. So, Marowak sees slow kill, so it's always kicking Bone Meringue. It can click Bone Meringue onto Dreadnought, but we are going into Vivillon on Dreadnought. Vivillon takes a Solar Beam, and we are going into Archeops on Hamilton. So we should take 2 ground moves, and Vivillon takes a Solar Beam. Yep. And it should be Bone Meringue on one of the 2. Doesn't matter who. Yep. On this turn, we click Protect. We're showing kill with Stone Edge or Sacred Fire, and we are killing quickly with Rock Slide. So we click Protect, and we Rock Slide. Entei never sees kill onto Archeops, as far as I know. It should kill Entei. And it almost kills Marowak, but it usually doesn't. It should be Talonflame. Actually, low-key, I thought it was gonna be... No, wait, no, I was, yeah, Talonflame in slot 2. We switch Vivillon to Bruxish because it is baiting either a Brave Bird or a Flare Blitz from Talonflame. And we will kill Marowak on this turn no matter what, so it doesn't matter what it clicks. And we Rock Slide. This kills both of them. Bruxish is never dead to Flare Blitz crit. If it clicked Brave Bird, it wouldn't have done any damage because of Dazzling, but live and learn, you know. And now Rock Slide kills both of them. We were Citrus for baiting purposes on the next turn. But this kills both. And now the only thing left is Incineroar. Incineroar sees slow kill onto Bruxish with Darkest Lariat, and it can't click Fake Out because of Dazzling. So we are always just... It's always clicking Darkest Lariat into the Bruxish slot. Never anything else. Are we in the calc screen? No. Okay, good. I didn't plan this part out very clearly. 81 onto here. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we rock slide. We won't take damage on Archeops here. This doesn't do that much, but it's fine. And we're always dead to Darkest Lariat now. So we go back into Hammy. And we click Rock Slide again. Hammy lives Darkest Lariat crit. Always. That's funny. And then we just kill here. Who gets the kill? Yeah. So that was pretty free. Once I figured out that Bruxish guaranteed no heat wave, it was pretty free. The struggle that I was having, the problem I was having when I was cooking this line originally is that, like, if we lead Vivillon and Hamilton, then Hamilton could get heat waved on Vivillon. And that was the struggle that I was having, because it could click heat wave here and then Hammy would take damage. If Hammy takes any damage at all from the lead, then Entei can see kill with Stone Edge, and that fucks the whole thing up. So yeah, Bruxish was the answer to that one. It was took me a little bit to see that, but woo. All your Pokemon will be confused. Cool. Flamethrower? Don't be Fire Blast. Okay, sweet. Nice. So it's Surfing time. Oh, dude, I thought this was gonna be a battle. That would have been crazy. Okay. So I guess it's time to level my guys, huh? Guess we can just do that, huh?
Did you miss the part about what's your name?
We're gonna do Vivillon is gonna stay.
My name is listed in the indictment. I assume the question is designed to elicit what I think. My name is giving you some sense of whether I'm sane. I suggest you take that.
Is this supposed to be like Hannibal Lecter? He's giving me Hannibal Lecter vibes.
I was thinking that earlier. I fucking hate the Supreme Court.
Me too.
They said, no, because all the threshold requirements of this rule have been satisfied, and then don't explain what those are or how they're satisfied. I've never seen such a useless case in my life. I don't even know what they're talking about. They're like, we considered the factors in Rule 19A. I guess they would look it up yourself. Like, usually they're like, here are the factors, and because this party did this factor weighs in this favor. And they said, no, you can look them up and figure it out. We've decided it's okay here.
This is just strictly better. That's actually insane.
What other man?
Overheat.
So,
doctors think basically he created this man in his head.
More like an overeat, right?
He has never denied consuming the victims.
Okay.
It's always the other persona who stabbed the girls.
What's the diagnosis?
That's all open now.
Stone it.
One says
Chunk it.
paranoid schizophrenia, another says psychotic disorder. Prosecution experts say he's faking it. That he stabbed the girls and he ate them to give himself an insanity defense should he ever get caught. It would convince me.
What do you think?
Look, to do what he's done, obviously there's some severe mental effects on him. Is he criminally insane? Did he not understand that what he was doing was wrong? I don't know. All I am sure is as crazy as he may be, he is not stupid. Don't ever think you're in charge of him, though. Promise you. He'll be in control of you.
One of the psychiatrists had him take a polygraph. He passed. Said he was Hannibal Lecter, said another guy killed the girls.
Hey, that's what I said. I said that earlier. I'm so knowledgeable about pop culture.
He's Hannibal Lecter pop culture.
Yes. What do you mean? Silence of the Lambs was huge when it came out.
And the police think he's faking.
They loved that shit.
He's 9 to 5.
He was smelling girls and shit. Everyone loved it.
Pays his bills on time.
Are they offering anything?
Life in prison. Client turned it down because he's not that crazy.
So what? Are we all gonna try this?
Lindsay, I'd like you to. Women victims, let's put a woman on the face of our defense. Jimmy, you take the lawyer.
We're gonna call?
Probably first. Eleanor Beck, you got the doctors. Eugene and I will take the prosecution witnesses.
Bobby, Mr. and Mrs. O'Malley are here.
Who?
O'Malley? That's like Grey's Anatomy. No way.
Look at fictitious characters and assume their identities. I think it made him feel stronger. He started pretending he was Hannibal Lecter about 10 years ago, shortly after the movie came out.
I was so right.
So that he
How could I
could
be
feel
so right?
dangerous. And at some point, he really thought he was.
Mr. Donald, Lawrence would never do these things. We want you to hear that from his parents. This is some sort of insanity, but Lawrence, he is not a killer.
Took his knife and he gutted her like he was cleaning a fish. Who did?
When the fuck am I clicking takedown?
She didn't
I don't think I've
run
ever clicked that shit.
Okay, look. We have to make a decision here under restraints. He's gonna look
Like,
at a monster
normal isn't
and
super
shadow
effective and
girls.
stuff, so like what's the point?
He attacked his last lawyer.
95,
We can
90,
petition court to
okay,
keep him out of the room.
that's an
I
upgrade.
say let him look like a monster. Our strategy
Earthquake.
is to make him feel relatable.
Interesting.
Jews don't equate monsters for that.
Is Nita Queen...
Monsters lose.
Yeah, my Nita Queen has higher attack. I think most of them do, so... Yeah, I'm down.
Anybody who would take the lives of 3 young women, then cannibalize them, has to have a little insanity problem. But did Mr. O'Malley understand the nature and quality of his acts? Did he know what he was doing was wrong? Of course he did. Ladies and gentlemen, the evidence will show he tried to conceal his crimes. He tried to avoid getting caught.
That's the
Why?
number one thing against insanity.
Because he knew it was wrong. This
Because
man
you have to
acted
say
willingly.
either he didn't know what he was doing,
Reflectively.
or he knew what he was doing, he just didn't know it was wrong. That's like the baseline for establishing
Select some
insanity.
victims. Hit on
And if you try to hide it right after, if you hide evidence or you run away,
follow,
looking like you knew it was wrong.
abduct her, stab her to death, then eat her.
He ate her?
None of us can fathom what must be happening
Oh.
in Lawrence O'Malley's brain.
He's in
To
a fucking
fillet 3
muzzle?
women with
Yeah,
a
that's why I was saying Cannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter.
This is
Sorry.
not
I know
how
it's...
sane people behave.
Yeah, that's the only successful insanity defense I've ever seen. There was a girl here a few years ago, her mom walked in and she was just like eating her boyfriend and like did not understand why her mom was freaking out.
That's Quay Quay.
She was like, what? And it's, yeah, it's the only successful insanity defense They didn't end up going to trial because the prosecutor was like, yeah, this would be a waste of court resources. This bitch is crazy.
The evidence we present to you will establish this convincingly. You'll want to ignore it, because you're human. Your sympathy for the victims, your hatred for our client, will make you want to ignore or deny what the doctors tell you. But
I think we have outgrown acrobatics.
The evidence. That's your duty. That's why you're here. And the evidence will tell you Lawrence O'Malley is insane.
Goodbye, acrobatics. We've taken many kills, but it's time. No moves. Bummer. You get boom, huh? No? No boom? Superpower. I mean, that's better than Hammer Arm for sure.
About how bad the house smelled. We finally sent an officer up there. He took one step inside and recognized the odor to be decomposing remains.
He recognized the odor? Let's circle back on that one.
Of what?
Decomposing bodies. And he said he recognized the odor.
He kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That's pretty much all I said at the house. I'm sorry.
Now, you said the bodies were in different stages.
One was basically skeletal. The other two were carcasses. It was extremely gruesome.
Detective, did you find anything else?
There was a freezer, which contained frozen meat, human meat.
Now, you
Ew.
interrogated Mr. O'Malley at the police station, did you not?
Yes, where he described each of the killings in detail.
Fuck it.
According to the coroner, the descriptions were accurate.
Thank you, sir.
Damn, this guy gets outraged this early. That's crazy.
My client's name?
Yes,
What did he tell you?
he said his name was Hannibal Lecter.
Did he say he killed the woman?
No, he claims he witnessed the other man do it. He just called him the other man.
The same other man for all three murders?
Yes,
Did he describe the other man?
yes. The description he gave pretty much
I don't know.
matched himself.
He would be at the bar.
That's probably a mistake.
Do you specifically remember the defendant?
Oh yes, he was too weird not to remember. I served him many nights and I never heard him speak.
Did you ever see him speak?
To women, I did. He was always trying to talk up women. I never saw him have success.
Did you ever see Mr. O'Malley talk to any of these women?
I know I saw him talking to the first girl, and I remember the look on her face. It was like, get this truth away from me.
You used the word strange, weird, kook. Based on your observations of my client, Mr. Williams, he seemed nuts.
Objection.
Lay opinion.
I'll allow it. Yes.
He seemed very nuts.
And he would come in 3 nights a week, on average.
He seemed very nuts.
He would,
Thank you for the observation, my friend.
Other nights he'd just sit at the bar, sometimes motionless, like he was in this trance, just staring straight ahead. The guy
100,
wasn't right.
120. Spore? No way.
We don't need that.
And I just forgot.
Here, Lawrence. Just sit there and be a passive monster. Can you do
Okay,
that,
that's
please? All right, look. The facts are pretty much in. The rest of the trial goes to the insanity issue. The big decision for us is whether or not to let you testify. We'd like to put you up there, but we can't if we think you'll spread terror to people.
Forbes is here. Jimmy's packing him.
Okay. We'll leave with him and we'll come to doctors. I'd like to talk to her, please.
Oh, her, my attorney. The one who delivered the eloquent opening about me being one of society's most vulnerable members. Please.
That's not right. Should be like this. You're not a shitter, Huntel.
They can leave, but I'd like to speak with Clarissa alone.
I'm not Clarissa Lawrence. Jodie Foster wasn't even Clarissa. She was Clarice. And even she's not Clarissa.
Do they know? This
This is a funny premise. Guy who thinks he's Hannibal Lecter. That's awesome. It's really cool.
I think you might be right. Hannibal Lecter, isn't that really bad? We'll let the prosecution argue that. Next question.
Oh, they're ready and convincing. They don't think he's faking at all.
Jimmy, Forbes just said, what about the muzzle? I think it should come off. We'll take the muzzle off and testifies.
Yeah, like they're putting a muzzle on him. Like, isn't that helping? Like living into his, like playing into his little fantasy.
Talking about the other man. How he watched the other man stab him. I would gently remind him, Lawrence, there was no other man. The other man is you. You never liked that. He asked me to please not say he was the killer. Mr. Forbes, why did you remind him? Well, we were about to start trial. I had to prepare him for things he was going to hear from his own doctor. But he just didn't like hearing that he was the killer. Friday night, I reminded him again. And that was it. What happened? He just lunged. Like a Rottweiler, he had me by the nose. In the course of your representation, Mr. O'Malley, what can you tell us about his mental...
Objection, he is trying to admit medical opinions again.
No, a lay opinion.
Your Honor, I will stipulate the lay opinion of Mr. O'Malley is he's crazy. But this witness has no foundation to present testimony on the issue of legal insanity as it relates to this trial.
I'm going to agree. The witness may speak to the defendant's behavior, but leave the psychiatric opinions to the doctors. Mr. O'Malley, please take your seat. Mr. O'Malley,
Your Honor, at this time I ask that the district attorney be disqualified.
why?
She and I have had relations.
What?
It was one of those moments where time just seemed to freeze. Even Helen Gamble herself seemed momentarily paralyzed.
Such crap. Well, what do they expect you to do? Jump up and react to stupid media? Helen, I know we agreed to never talk shop at home, but you really should put something on the table.
It was a stunt, Eleanor, and you know it. Hey, everybody, look how insane I am.
Could be, but not many people eat flesh. The jury's gotta think he's nuts.
Okay, so that's all of them.
Or they're vengeful.
I think you're projecting there.
And when they go back to deliberate about what he did to
I think that we get Surf from
Passion won't be winning out.
Maulville.
Case turns to the doctors, where both sides have their experts lined up.
Wait, what?
The base illness is paranoid schizophrenia. The
How do I get to
false
Maulville?
belief is that he's Hannibal Lecter.
And doctor, does paranoid schizophrenia make a person homicidal?
Well, there are no norms. It doesn't necessarily make a person dangerous. It seems with Mr. O'Malley that when he kills, he experiences a psychotic break from his other reality.
You lost me there.
He becomes somebody else altogether when he kills, the other person. Then he goes back to being Mr. Lecter. Basically, he suffers from paranoid schizophrenia always, and he suffers from periodic psychosis on top of that. Or he's faking. I don't believe he could feign these kinds of symptoms, Miss Gamble. Well, doctor, have you ever known a person to feign schizophrenia or psychosis successfully? It would be extremely rare.
But it can be done. And in my medical opinion, Mr. O'Malley is doing it here.
Why do you think so?
Well, for starters, he's completely functional as Lawrence O'Malley. He goes to work, performs competently there. None of his coworkers have ever seen a sign of Hannibal Lecter.
Well, could he just be covering it up?
Sure, but why? If he has no compunction about being Hannibal Lecter,
Compunction.
why would he cover it
There's
up
a
with
word.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to say the guy was looking right at me.
What'd she do, jump?
Yeah.
She always jumps.
Oh, come on, he's tired like a rabid dog. Everyone in that room is afraid of him. The problem is, if they think of him as a dog, crazy or not, they're gonna want to put him to sleep. He has to be a little sympathetic. Does he understand me?
I've told him over and over. I think Lindsay should take his part.
Me?
Sweet.
You take him.
Look, in a way, you represent the victims.
Exactly.
He also seems to be soft
Oh,
with
okay.
you when he hits Bobby and me.
Had you
So can I
taken
surf
the
yet?
emails
No.
besides?
one of us will do. You'll be the most effective. His best chance to be sympathetic is you.
Hey. You okay?
Yeah.
I can take it, right?
I'm fine.
Do I need a surfer? Surely you could surf.
Hey, handsome.
You talking to Neo?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, so nice.
I'll tell you this, Papa.
How's your game, baby?
It's not faking.
It's good. I actually just beat one of the bosses. It went really well. I think there was actually no risk at all. It was really clean.
That man is truly crazy.
Hmm?
Yeah, I did.
Did you not hear my question?
Damn, chill.
Did you know these women?
She has never once done that.
What?
I can't
Chill.
really claim to know.
Oh.
You met them at Hannigan's.
Yes, they weren't particularly kind to me.
Can you tell the court how you happened to see them get killed?
Well, on each occasion, I followed them, and in the parking lot,
How
I
you
saw them
happened
get
to
abducted
see them get
by the
killed.
other man.
Could you describe this other man?
I never got a very good look at his face. He was about 6 feet tall, lanky.
And he abducted these women in the parking lot?
Yes, he dragged them into his car. I think they liked him, but for some reason they didn't want to go with him.
Okay, and what did you do?
I followed. We drove them to an abandoned pier on the harbor. And he would stab them there and drive off. I tried to help each of them, but I was always too late. They were dead. There was nothing to be done. So I ate them.
Seems
How did
reasonable.
these women end up in your basement, Mr. O'Malley?
I drove them there from the pier
And sir, can you tell the court why you would eat these women?
because they were so beautiful. Like you. The book of Genesis tells us that woman came from man. When man consumes the woman, it makes him one with her.
Ooh, I don't think it says that. I'm gonna be honest.
I know they will go to heaven
Probably fucking does.
because I am going to heaven. Then they will go with me. You'll be going to heaven, Clarice.
You think my name is Clarice? That's all I have. What did the other man do with the knife?
I don't know.
Funny how it never turned up, like it was hidden or disposed of carefully. The other man really knew what he was doing, I guess.
You sucked my fluids to make me one with you.
How come you never told your coworkers your real name? You went to work every day as Lawrence O'Malley. You did your job as Lawrence O'Malley. Collected your paychecks, paid your income taxes. You did everything as Lawrence O'Malley. Why didn't you tell people you were really Hannibal Lecter?
It makes it difficult to invite somebody over for dinner.
That's clever.
Would you have sexually engaged with me had you known my true identity?
When you saw these women murdered by this other man, why not go to the police?
I was afraid of being a suspect, since I was there.
You could have prevented other women from being killed. Surely you have a conscience, or do you?
By the time I realized he was a serial killer, bodies were in my basement. I didn't know what to do.
So you just let women continue to be murdered?
I am trying to help now.
Or you're helping now?
Yes. I gave the police a partial description. I told them where he kills. Instead of persecuting me, you should be looking for him, especially since
Since what?
he's planning to kill Clarice.
Oh no.
You okay?
I thought your direct went great.
Good to hear.
I don't want to win this case. I don't want him going to some state mental facility that he'll be able to break out of in a week. No! I went through this with him. I don't want to go through it again. I don't want to win this case.
We should go in there.
Eugene, can I see you for a second? This could be nothing.
What?
Jeannie Tanner is a friend of mine. She works at the coroner's office in Suffolk. There's an unsolved murder. Happened 7 weeks ago. 28-year-old woman, stabbed to death, found behind a Marriott. Last seen alive in Hannigan's Park.
7 weeks ago?
Melissa Mallon was in custody.
It's exculpatory evidence and they go.
This is not exculpatory. It has nothing to do with the case.
Woman stabbed, seen at Hannigan's bar. Come on.
This was a robbery victim. The woman was stabbed once.
We should have been told about it, Helen.
The state has no obligation to inform the defense of every other homicide.
Oh, please, this one either fixed the pattern or comes damn close.
I don't agree.
Come on, Miss Gamble, it's close enough. The counsel, explain to me the harm.
We may have had another defense available.
Which is?
Somebody else is killing these women.
Oh, come on.
My
If an
client has always
obligation
maintained the other man
is
killed these
solidarity,
girls. We now have
solidarity
knowledge
is
of
not
the event.
heritable.
You've got to
Solidarity
be
is never
careful.
heritable.
We should at least
But
be
if the
allowed to
obligation
change
is
our
joint
plea and argue the elements.
and the
In addition,
obligation is
This is
indivisible,
absurd. Second, you can't just change a plea.
we got stuck with this case on Sunday.
indivisibility is heritable.
Sunday. Now we find out
And the effects of a
prosecution knew
joint
another murder
indivisible
that fits the
obligation,
pattern.
a
At the
joint
very
and
least,
indivisible
we should be able
obligation
to change
are
our plea.
solidarity.
It means one extra witness on the
So,
solitary. It doesn't inconvenience
an
the court.
indivisible
It's not
obligation
assist. You just guaranteed
produces
my client
solidarity
will appeal.
effects, and that solidarity is heritable.
Okay.
So it's
I'll
like a
let you take the
workaround.
alternative.
I don't believe this.
Miss Gamble, you should have revealed another murder. Be glad I don't find
An
this
obligation stipulated solidarity is going to be strictly personal, not heritable.
Oh, she did?
But an obligation stipulated as joint and indivisible is going to be heritable. Because the solidarity effects are
am not
heritable, though the solidarity
Lindsay?
isn't heritable.
What's wrong with you? I'm not okay. Somebody can beat you half to death and you can go back to being okay the next day. You're always okay. Bobby's okay. That's how you handle things. You're okay.
Please don't embarrass me like that in front of the office.
Please don't embarrass you.
Bro, fuck off.
I got stabbed 2 years ago. My dad stabbed Bobby. A man stuck a knife into me 3 times. I almost died.
That was how many years ago?
3 is what she said.
I'm not okay. I have never gone back to being okay, no matter how much that you insist that I have. I'm not okay.
In The Fosters, I've been rewatching it. Lindsay plays
The cause of death was stabbing? That's
a
correct.
lawyer who is legislating for a bill that she makes it sound like is really good for foster care, and it's actually privatizing it. And Callie's like, I just found out you're privatizing foster care, you're a liar. And she's like, no, I said I was improving foster care, and privatization is good. And she like sells it too. She's like, when a child is placed in a home by the state and something happens, no one's liable. The state doesn't get held responsible for anything. If it's a corporation, the corporation's gonna be liable. And Callie's like, huh, because she's 17, and she's like, that actually sounds kind of like facts. And so for like a whole episode, she's like, yeah, let's privatize foster care. And everyone's like, what? And she's like, no, you guys, you need to listen to her. It's good. I also thought it was bad, but if you listen to her, and I'm like, no, Lindsay Dolkin she just has a way with words.
Determined that she was simply a robbery victim, and that her death was completely unrelated to the other three.
Can you prove that, Detective?
Obviously, we can't prove
The other suspect. Okay, just arguing the alternative, insanity, and the possibility there really is another man. Alright, look, we have two theories. They're mutually exclusive, but the law permits us to present alternative defenses. It's risky, but it's in our interest to do so here.
Where's Clarice?
Never mind.
Is she all right?
I'm right here.
I'm sorry. I frightened you. If anything ever happened to you, you know, I'd make sure you go to heaven.
Hey! Shut your mouth! I don't want you talking to her anymore, you got that?
Bobby said, wait, maybe I shouldn't have let this happen.
He said, wait a second. Did this guy
Did
actually?
I ever send you the video of Bobby going, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
No.
Because I
That's funny.
was watching it one night. I was like by myself. I think I was high. And it was just like the funniest thing I had ever seen in my fucking life. I kept rewinding it and rewatching it. And I sent a video to Becca. And then we were talking about it at the table like a week ago. And Andrew wanted to see, so I showed the video to everyone. And now none of them have seen the practice except Matthew. And they will not stop quoting.
O'Malley brutally stabbed 3 women who rejected his advances at a bar. It is that simple. Maybe he is really crazy enough to eat human flesh, but we don't let murderers go because they consume their victims. This is a competent, highly functional man who went to work every day, lived a rather normal life. Never flashed cannibal or insanity to anybody. And here, we see him flashing it at every turn. Suddenly, he's standing up saying he had sex. He's calling his attorney Clarice.
Oh,
It's off the lawyer's
he does
notes.
it 3 times.
So many sudden acts of insanity after 40 years.
The Massachusetts. He's hitting it. He's hitting it.
He does it 3. It's so funny because it's like he got this guy off with like a conditional release of like you have to go to the psychiatric
Got him
hospital because you're fucking insane and you're gonna kill again if you don't go to a psychiatric hospital. Well, he pinky promised Bobby he would go, but the court didn't order it. And then he didn't go and he killed another lady, and then Bobby defends him again. And he gets up there and the prosecutor's immediately like, no, Bobby, dude, like you won the first time, and then he literally fucking killed again. And he's like, my client did not kill that woman. I didn't kill that woman. Do you know who killed that woman, counselor? The Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And it's so fucking funny. I love Bobby. He's ridiculous.
We put up 3 doctors who said he wasn't faking. They believe he's insane. A base illness of paranoid schizophrenia coupled with psychotic breaks. You heard the expert's testimony. And now we learn another woman was killed leaving Hannigan's bar. Killed while Lawrence O'Malley was in custody. The police think it's unrelated, but can they prove it? You heard Detective McGuire. They can't. The state hasn't met its burden here. And as a matter of law, you must acquit.
You know it's bad when they say the state hasn't met their burden. You know he did it when they say the state hasn't met their burden.
Ms. Gamble, rebuttal?
Hold on, Your Honor. We're doing our closing in 10. Mr. Don with the first part.
Very well.
The most outstanding question concerns the 12 of you. We have a man sitting here, clearly psychotic. We know he eats people.
We know he eats people. I'm going to jail, bro. My lawyer's telling people I eat people.
Except in a maximum security prison. But we all have our duties here. They prosecute, we defend, and you determine whether guilt was proven beyond all reasonable doubt. The 12 of you have the nastiest job of all because to execute your duty, you have to find this man not guilty, which of course you don't want to do.
Because he eats people. Because he eats people.
Testimony was a wash at best. They put up doctors to say he's faking. We put up just as many to say the schizophrenia was real, as was the psychosis. On the insanity, There's no escaping doubt with all the conflicting opinions. And as for the other man, well, there was another man who stabbed a girl, leaving Hannigan's boat. It happened while Lawrence O'Malley was in custody. That means it's possible. Possible. Things happened just as Mr. O'Malley claimed. He followed these girls out of the boat. He saw another man abduct them. He saw another man stab them, drive off before Mr. O'Malley took the bodies back to his basement. And this isn't some 11-hour theory we're throwing out in desperation, by the way. The police knew about this other murder, and they never told us. And we must ask ourselves, why? What do you think? You got reasonable doubt on the insanity. You got reasonable doubt on the killings themselves. Two very big questions. The third question, the biggest. Are the 12 of you going to stay true to your oath and uphold the law?
Talk your talk.
Hold on. Jury's got it.
If you didn't want to close, why didn't you just say so? I'm not closing. And you stood back up, Eugene. Nobody closes like you can, and that was half-assed by the numbers. I said back up.
All right, cut it out. We don't need this.
Look, I don't know if that guy on the street either. That's not what this is about. We have a job to do. Everybody in this room did their job, even Lindsay. It was your job to deliver your best, Bobby, and you were up and down in 30 seconds. What else? Huh? Some clients we try our hardest for, others we pull back. What the hell are we?
I don't disagree, but it's his wife. Maybe you don't have to excuse him because of that. But I would think you could understand.
Cliff's office is called. They have permits.
Who are we using for? Terminator is coming for
The defendant will please rise.
defendant.
Mr. Foreman, the jury has a unanimous verdict.
Yes, Your Honor.
What say you?
Commonwealth versus Lawrence O'Malley on 3 counts of murder in the first degree. We find the defendant, Lawrence O'Malley, not guilty. On 3 counts of murder in the second degree, we find the defendant, Lawrence O'Malley, not guilty.
Oh, shit.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth seeks to place the defendant under arrest for concealing and consuming human bodies. Crimes.
Hold on. My client was only charged with murder. These crimes would be lesser included offenses. Double jeopardy would attach you.
I agree. You can now arrest him for lesser included, Miss Campbell. The defendant has been
That's
found
true.
not guilty. He
When
is
all
free
of
to
the
go.
elements of a lesser crime are included in the
Please
elements
release him
of
from the
a greater
restraints.
crime.
Your Honor, this man is clearly
It's a
dangerous.
responsible verdict,
He's
so
been acquitted.
double jeopardy.
He's free to go. We're adjourned.
Only in love, just baby let me fall. Am I good? I can just fire off here.
Thank you, Bobby. Eugene, you were sensational. Clarice.
Whoa. kill? Was I -2? I suppose I must have been. Okay, so this is random move.
It was a bit intimidating. I'm glad it's over. It wasn't that we thought he was innocent. In fact, we all figured him to be guilty. We just couldn't get there beyond reasonable doubt. Not with that of the murder.
I'm sorry. I think it's the way I handle things.
Why did it Aqua Jump?
If I can pretend I'm okay, then so I. It's not just me.
God damn.
How you feel? You keep it all in. You just explode. It isn't just.
You should have killed here.
I know. We both need to do better. You and I, we won't make it.
Damn.
Come on.
I thought we were lum. I mean, that's fine.
Next, on practice.
What about using me?
You will not be used as bait for a serial killer.
I need you
Hey, that was a long time ago.
To help convince the judge.
I remember that.
Mr. O'Malley, you need to come with us, please.
Do you remember me, Hannibal?
He's a cannibal, and he has made it clear that he is coming after me.
Great members will be shaking.
Probable cause, she was pretty convinced.
Third strike, Jerry. If convicted, you get life.
I got a twin brother. He gonna pay you a visit.
We can't put somebody up there to commit perjury.
I won't be committing perjury.
We're not going to call you.
Why?
Because if it looks like you're lying, which it will, that'll hurt you.
30%. I got lucky on that one. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. I beat all these guys.
Previously, on practice.
My name is Hannibal Lecter. And the argument's sanity.
You murdered and ate 3 people, Mr. Lecter.
I didn't kill them. The other man killed them.
What other man?
He has never denied consuming the victims. It's always the other persona who stabbed Grace.
What do you think?
I don't know. All I am sure is as crazy as he may be, he is not stupid.
Hello, Clarice.
Oh, brother.
Listen. Bobby, no.
Does he know what?
That you're in love with me.
When you saw these women murdered, why this other man?
I gave the police a partial description. I told them where he kills. Instead of persecuting me, you should be looking for him, especially since he's planning to kill Clarice.
I got stabbed 2 years ago. I got stabbed, Bobby. A man stuck a knife into me 3 times. I have never gone back to being okay, no matter how much that you insist that I have.
We find the defendant, Lawrence O'Malley, not guilty.
Thank you, Bobby. Clarice.
Sure you have a 2-hit on it. No?
Hello? Hello?
Dead. That's the answer.
What about a trap?
We've thought about that. The thing is, it's not like the guy hits off and he's killed 3 girls in 2 years. What about using me?
Are you crazy?
I'm going crazy, Bobby. The longer he stays out there calling me on the phone.
There's no way to protect you.
So what, I just go to bed every night consoling myself that one day they'll finally get him?
You will not be used as bait for a serial killer.
Wouldn't work anyway, Lindsay. The guy's too smart for that.
Well, come up with something, Helen. I am not going through this again.
What I'd like to do is get him civilly committed.
Can you?
It'll be tough, especially since he was acquitted, but we can try. Lindsay, I need you to testify against him to help convince the judge he's nuts.
Fine. Time and place, I'll be there.
Come up tomorrow, but again, it's a real long shot.
Just get him. And if he resists, shoot him.
Home. You'll get Serena. I guess both of you would get Serena for slow kill. Usually.
What do you mean it's lost?
The findings aren't lost, just the rape itself.
You lost?
We don't know.
Hey, leave me alone, buddy. Please? Fuck off. That guy sucks.
No.
Your Honor, since we were not afforded the opportunity to conduct our own tests, the DNA evidence has to be excluded.
You can cross our technicians.
It's not the same as doing our own test, and you know it.
I can't let it in this yet.
Your Honor, they weren't even serious about doing their own test. Why did they wait to the eve of this trial?
We're serious about it now.
This is amusing to you, Eugene?
Counsel, if they didn't get access, the DNA evidence is excluded.
So what that mean?
It means their whole case now is victim's ID.
Let's not get caught. At probable cause, she was pretty convincing.
But at least now they're offering a plea.
Yeah, what is it?
15 years.
Oh, no way, man.
Third strike, Jerry. If convicted, you get life.
Right, look. I got a twin brother. Before we put him at the table, let her identify him. That's reasonable doubt.
We can't do that.
I ain't doing no 15 now. Rape victims won't be shit. That's what I hear. Let's go to trial. And Eugene, don't hold back on this bitch.
Whoa. Don't call women bitches, bro.
You lost the evidence? Kelly, we can still win. How? Well, right now it comes down to your word, which is very compelling.
You don't look so sure, Helen.
I'm completely prepared to go forward, but I'm also prepared to go back and offer 8 years. If you 8, it's a conviction. It takes him off the streets. Besides, the trial could be very unpleasant.
8 is not an option. Not for what he did to me.
Okay. I'll see you in court. Division 3.
Okay.
You get him yet?
No. Going on the right person to make sure things aren't any more unconstitutional than necessary.
Well, is it possible to do this without Lindsay testifying? She's not in very good shape.
Even with Lindsay, this is a long shot. We need her to say how afraid she is of this guy. Otherwise,
Anything he said to her, I was there for. I can provide.
we need her. Look, I'm not going to bother picking him up if I can't count on her.
You saw how she was last night.
I did. But do you want this guy in custody or not?
I was opening my apartment door, and as I opened it, I was suddenly shoved inside and then knocked to the floor.
Do you see the person today who knocked you to the floor?
Him. The defendant.
Are you sure this is the man, Miss Fairbanks?
I'm positive. That's him.
Now, after you were pulled to the floor, what happened next?
He closed the door, and he told me if I screamed, he would kill me. He then pulled his pants down, and he started to climb on top of me. Pushed my skirt up, and I tried to get free, and that's when he punched me.
Where?
In the face. I took my key, and I tried to gouge him. I got him behind the ear. And then he hit me 3 or 4 times, and I kind of lost consciousness. And the next thing I was aware of, he was ramming himself into me.
Are you absolutely sure this is the man who raped you on the evening of March 11th?
I am absolutely sure. I have nightmares about his face. I try to get his face out of my mind, but I can't. That's him. That's the man who raped me.
When the police arrived, you said you could not approximate the suspect's height or build.
I saw his face very clearly.
You said he had no facial hair at the time of my client's arrest. He had a mustache.
I evidently didn't see the mustache, but I saw his eyes and I recognized that.
You told the police you gouged him behind the ear, drawing blood. Are you aware that they found no scratches or marks on my client?
I thought
Eugene's always defending the
but the
rapist.
blood on my hand and key turned out to be my own, I guess.
You guess. Did you describe for the police the clothing your assailant was wearing?
No.
You were knocked unconscious during the attack, is that right?
After the
He
rape,
questioned a rape victim on what she was wearing like half a
You
season ago,
testified
and then
that
had
he
like,
punched you 3 or
and then
4
saw
times
her in like a
before the
grocery
rape.
store or museum or something, and like realized she was a real person who he affected, and had like an aha moment. And he tried to talk to her, and she was like, I don't care if you're like awakening to the wrongness of your actions. Please leave me the fuck alone. Like, she was like, and then she starts, oh, it's a store she works in, and she starts screaming. She was like, that man raped me in my bed, but you raped me on the stand.
That's a bit of a jump.
It was, well, I mean, he tore into her for a while of like, well, what were you wearing? What did you say
That's
to
fucked
him? Did
up.
you have anything to drink?
Are you a lawyer?
No.
Are you a lawyer?
Those were your own words. Compromise your capacity to observe. Did Ms. Gamble use that term with you?
Objection.
Sustained.
That's how I felt when I opened that deposition, and the 20-year-old production assistant said collateral consequence. I was like, okay, Emily Bishop, we could have hidden this in a little bit more. Every argument that I make in April, it is almost April, every argument that I make in 11 days can be undermined with the fact that kid said collateral consequence in this deposition. Every fucking argument I have. Crazy.
The Serena knockoff.
I spent days trying to like work, like twist it to favor. I can't.
This doctor said
It's a bad fact. It's the worst fact.
anger would make the other man emerge. Maybe a wig out, give us something we can use.
And like, I don't know, someone said like, oh, he did 1/4 of the editing at home, and she was like, how can you substantiate that? And she was like, it's his testimony, and she said, oh, so we're giving full weight to his testimony of his, when he said he assumed that he did 25% of the work at home, like, we're taking that as an undisputed fact. And the girl was like, well, it is listed in the undisputed facts in the record. She was like, so you're not disputing that fact, counsel? And she goes, no, Your Honor. And she's like, continue. And I'm like, why would she dispute that fact? It's good for her. I was like, are you trying to lead us to disputing it? Because I didn't know we were allowed to do that. It's in the undisputed facts from the court opinion. I didn't know I was allowed to dispute that.
Have relations now. You're going for a nice little stay to the Rubber Room Lodge.
I was acquitted.
The Rubber Room Lodge.
For the other man. Why don't you send him out so I can talk to him?
Do you think I'm an idiot?
Triple axle.
From your expression, I pissed you off.
Think. did that not kill? Oh, because it consumed the water gem. True that.
I'm representing I don't know.
We were dead to crit there. Ah, that's annoying.
I can't stop you. Step back.
Oh, this has kill.
Mr. Cutler, you sat here this
89.
evening and heard Miss Fairbanks identify you as the person who raped her.
She got it wrong.
Crit does 85.
But I don't rape people. You got it wrong.
Objection.
talk about the Book of Genesis and how by eating the women, he would become one with them, and he could take them to heaven.
Mr. O'Malley said that.
Yes. And he'd say how he'd make sure that I'd go to heaven.
And you interpreted that to mean?
I was going to die. And I didn't have to interpret. He said so. He said the other man was going to get me.
In the course of your representation, Mr. O'Malley, did you form a lay opinion as to his mental health?
He's sick and he's dangerous. He murdered.
Objection. Mr. O'Malley was cleared of all charges of murder.
He's a cannibal. He thinks he's Hannibal Lecter, for God's sake. He goes after women, and he has made it clear that he is coming after me. He should be locked up.
Mr. O'Malley. Clearly, you recognize how unusual this is for a lawyer to be giving testimony against a former client.
Yes. And I've never done so before. But I consider this man to pose an extreme risk to the public. And I suppose particularly to me, because he consumes women he has a relationship with. He seems to believe he has one with me.
Thank you, Mr. Why are you doing this?
Mr. O'Malley, please take your seat.
Your Honor, I prefer to ask the questions myself.
I don't recommend that. And since you have a lawyer here...
My lawyer doesn't know the witness. I do. And I believe it's the right of the accused to confront my accuser.
That's for criminal proceedings. This is a civil matter. Again, I will ask you to please sit.
During the course of your representation, at any time did you seek police protection?
I didn't have to then. He was in custody wearing a muzzle. Now he's not.
Well, upon the reading of the verdict, he was released from custody in your presence. Did you protest?
I should have.
But you didn't. He walked out of the courtroom while you watched silently. Isn't that right?
I think I was a little stunned by the not guilty verdict.
Did anything happen since he was released to make you scared?
I got a phone call.
From Mr. O'Malley?
I believe it was him, yes.
Well, did he identify himself?
No. There was silence and then a hang.
Well, why do you believe in this, my client?
I just do.
You just do. Anything else happened since the verdict?
No.
No. So we're here because you got an anonymous call you think came from Mr. O'Malley. Did you go to the police after you got this phone call?
I went to Helen Gamble.
Helen Gamble. And she took care of getting my client picked up. Is that correct?
Yes.
She's a close friend. You and Ms. Gamble even used to be roommates, didn't you?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a little difficult to believe, sir, that you wait till now to come forward.
I realize that. All I can say is I had my reasons. The important thing is I'm here now.
So you went to your brother's home around 8:30?
Yes. We talked for a while, maybe an hour or so. Then I left.
After an hour or so?
Yes. It was on my way home that I first saw her.
So who?
Her. She was going into her apartment building.
Wait a second. You also saw Miss Fairbanks that night?
Yes.
You didn't tell me this.
It's a little difficult to just come out with something like that.
What?
Still not sure I can.
Come out with what?
That it was me. That I was the one who raped her.
Holy shit.
We're gonna take a short recess.
Holy shit. That's crazy. Were you paying attention?
No, not really, sorry.
It's okay. His twin brother raped her.
Oh.
Obviously, you didn't tell me what what he really planned to say because he feared I wouldn't put him up there if I knew.
You have to call a mistrial.
Double jeopardy.
Not when it's defense misconduct.
We didn't know.
Mr. Young, if I find out you orchestrated this.
No, it doesn't even help us. Talk about him having no credibility before.
Miss Campbell, you can either cross it now or I'll continue the case and let you investigate. Your call.
I'd like to be able to argue the defendant was facing the three-strike law.
What?
Goes to bias. It explains why his brother would lie for him since he's facing life imprisonment.
I can't let you argue that, Miss Campbell, and you know it.
So you just drove by, saw the victim raped.
Yes.
Ever rape anyone else?
No.
Never commit a crime before?
No.
You're an oncologist, Dr. Cochran?
Yes.
How much money do you make annually?
A little over $300,000.
Family?
It's because I have a family. Because I have a career.
That's why you raped her.
It's why when my brother was arrested, he stayed silent. He was prepared to let himself be prosecuted for something he didn't do. Because he didn't want me to lose all I had.
Oh, I see. So he was happy to go to prison for a crime you committed.
Yes.
Well, he must really love you.
He does. He also knows what this will do to our parents. I was the one who made it. The one who finally made the family proud. He decided he'd sacrifice himself.
So you said to yourself, sounds good.
I tried to go along with it for the same reasons, but ultimately I couldn't. That's why I'm here today, to tell the truth.
So, Doctor, you know once your brother is acquitted, double jeopardy applies and he can never be retried, right?
I'm not a lawyer.
You're not a lawyer. Is it your testimony that you don't know once your brother is acquitted, he can never be retried?
I know what double jeopardy is.
So, if he's acquitted and you get arrested, he can testify at your trial that he did it.
Objection. Overruled. My brother is innocent. I'm the one who did it.
I don't like being played for a fool, Doctor.
If I told you what I planned to say, would you have called me to testify?
If it's the truth, yes.
You don't know what the truth is, okay?
Well, the jury's gonna know what the truth is, and I'm telling you better be ready.
You just explain it, counsel. Me and my brother love each other. I was willing to get arrested for rape rather than let his career get wrecked. And when it looked like I might get convicted, he came forward to say what happened. That was our plan. Now you just sell that, counsel. Because for all you know, it could be the truth.
I know it isn't the truth. That's why
You just sell it.
What's going on? First the DNA and now the twin? Is he going to get off?
I hope not. I'm so sorry.
This man is in need of serious and immediate help. Stand up, Mr. O'Malley. You eat people?
Only dead ones, Your Honor. I would never harm a living soul. Never.
Can you appreciate how sick it is for you to consume human flesh?
No one's complained from Peter.
You think this is funny?
Fuck you, dude.
Your Honor, I was forced to stand trial for 3 murders I did not commit. I lost my job and will likely never get it back. I've had to sit in a courtroom listening to people calling me a monster. Allow me to find some gallows humor where I can.
I don't have to allow you a damn thing. And if this were truly a civil commitment hearing, I would throw you in the deepest of holes.
Damn.
But this isn't that, Mr. Snell. It's a pretext. The Commonwealth failed at the criminal trial, so you're trying to take another whack. It violates double jeopardy. It insults the very system we're sworn to uphold. And if I were to ever let you get away with it, the DAs would be lined up outside my courtroom door. The petition is denied.
Yeah, fuck those DAs, right?
I am enjoining Mr. O'Malley from going within 500 yards of Miss Dole. Better pay attention to that, sir. We're adjourned.
Are you crazy?
Oh.
He's a serial killer, for God's sake.
Lindsay loves to ask the judges if they're crazy.
Why didn't you take more witnesses?
I do that too, but I get in trouble for it.
What happens if he kills again?
We're adjourned.
What's wrong with you? You wear the robe to protect the public.
And I wear it to protect the integrity of this room, Miss Dole. I have made my ruling. I would advise you strongly to end it right now.
When did he come out?
Why didn't you call the doctors?
It wouldn't have mattered.
Of course it would have mattered. They would have testified that he's insane.
His lawyers would have asked why they didn't initiate commitment proceedings. If he's got a restraining order, if he tries to pull anything.
Come near me, I'll kill you.
Let's go.
We all know what is going to happen next. If you acquit, double jeopardy will reattach, and the defendant can never be retried. What he can do is take the stand at the doctor's rape trial, say he did it, and gift wrap reasonable doubt for the doctor. Why would these brothers resort to something so desperate? Because the victim saw the man that raped her. She positively identified the defendant as being that man. And the defendant had no alibi. This grand stuff was all they had. Never mind how ridiculous. The evil twin comes forward under oath to say it was me. That woman
Evil twin is crazy.
almost killed. This is what the defendant did to her. This isn't a game of strategy and tricks and antics. She was raped. I've tried many cases, and every time I have asked the jury to follow the evidence, which I will do again here. But for the very first time, I am going to ask the 12 of you to follow your hearts. I believe most people are fundamentally moral. And I don't think it's wrong for you to let conscience be one of your guides as you go back to that deliberating room. We all know who committed this crime. We know the brother is lying to save him.
Do we know that? I feel like we don't know that.
A woman was raped.
Like, I don't have any evidence either way. Like, they're literally twins. There's no DNA evidence.
Yeah.
They look identical. Like, I have no reason to believe that it was one over the other.
The definition of reasonable doubt.
My conscience would be like, what the
I
I don't
love when
fucking
he
know.
starts his closing argument when he's still sitting, looking straight ahead, and he starts talking. Eugene, he's got the most sass of all of them. He's the most kind. It's crazy.
I know, he's my favorite for sure.
What did he say? It smells like what? He didn't say smells like shit. I can never remember what he
I
said.
think the Catholic Church is guided by conscience.
I don't remember either.
Because we don't trust society to act out of conscience, and we've declared ourselves a nation of laws. Laws. We
Okay,
must
yeah.
follow
I'm not
the
sending the
law.
people the
Laws
silly
are what
puppet
we
or
have
the
to
Lindsay
prevent
Lohan
anarchy,
paper. They
and
are
should
getting
be. Suicide
circumstantial
bombers
evidence
act out
DUI.
of conscience, for God's sake. In America,
I
we
think
go
that
for
it
the
would be
law.
silly to send them.
In the criminal justice system, the law mandates that in order to convict, you must find the accused guilty beyond all reasonable doubt. You can't do that here. The prosecution's entire case is the victim's ID, an ID which is highly suspect. She had no idea how tall he was. She said the man had no facial hair. My client had a mustache. She was admittedly in and out of consciousness while forming her observation, and she was also in shock. Can we trust what she thinks she saw? Beyond all reasonable doubt.
What's his accent? Where is that like Boston?
Another man has come
That
forward
she saw.
confessing
Like he's got like a little.
The DA may not believe him. You
I don't know.
might not believe him. Could be nothing more than brotherly love. But that confession stands unrefuted. Unrefuted. Even the victim can't contradict it because that man looks just like this man.
No.
I'm sorry. You plan to supply the answers?
I was reminding her what her answer was. She's still in some shock, Mr. Walsh.
Yes, well, this meeting is worthless if you're to supply, signal, or influence her responses in any way possible. Are we clear?
Ask your questions.
I didn't know who it was. My door doesn't have a peephole.
Then you just open it.
Look, it ran through my mind. It could be him. I thought the likelihood is it isn't. But I thought it could be. But I wasn't going to spend the rest of my life afraid to open my front door, so I opened it. And when it was him, I just backed up, and I called Bobby, and I called the police.
Right away.
Yes.
Where was Bobby? I was in the bedroom checking on her son. When she screamed,
Oh, they have a child together. I didn't know that.
in the house.
Bobby and Lindsay?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have had a kid and Eleanor's had a
She's
kid.
calling the police.
And Mr. O'Malley, he was just standing there?
He was saying, why
Mr. O'Malley. I can't. Yeah, I'm like, it's George. It's George.
Smoke him out, and that's what he threatened Bobby.
What did he say about it? He just looked at me and said, "You might get hurt." It was at this point his other persona said,
170.
"Come on."
How could you tell?
He just suddenly looked mad, crazy. Bobby kept going, who are you? Who are you? Then he looks at me.
Bobby.
No, O'Malley. And they said, you're going to heaven. I'm taking you to heaven. Looked like he planned to kill me right then.
Oh, so they're capping right now. They're capping. He did not say that.
I heard Bobby calling the police.
If you were curious, they're getting the
Oh
story.
yeah, I knew he didn't. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The only thing they have is words. Because yeah, the forensics is gonna Oh, Eugene knows she's full of shit. I forgot about this case. This case is so funny. This corporation like donated land to these people. This other corporation, it was like, you can use it for your tuberculosis facility or some equally charitable purpose. Well, the need for the tuberculosis clinic declined, and then they really didn't have any patients. And so, because it was the 1970s, and they didn't really need a tuberculosis clinic as much anymore, so they used it for something else, and the donors took the property back. Because they turned it into a halfway house for recovering alcoholics, and they found that not to be as equally charitable purpose as a tuberculosis clinic.
I would agree with that in
Really?
general. I think so, yeah.
I mean, I guess so. I feel like they're equally charitable. How are we defining
Oh, wait, no, we talked about this one already. Haven't we talked about this one?
I know, I was like, I remember, I'm
sorry.
outlining.
I'm kind of not listening. I'm sorry.
That's okay, I know. I like the app.
It's not because I don't like listening to you. It's because I'm locked in.
Preliminary forensics was you between Lindsay and O'Malley. I didn't deny that to you.
I didn't even talk about where you were. They also show he wasn't moving forward.
Are they going to fire? They're giving us no indication, but if it looks that way, I'd like to surrender you down there. The press is all over our building.
How could they make a case? The guy was a cannibal.
The sticking point is he wasn't armed.
Rebecca, this tape came for you.
What tape?
There was no note, it was just delivered. Should I pop it in?
My name is Nancy Connell. I'm being held.
Oh.
The date is May 10th.
Whoa, what is this?
2002. Here's a copy of today's paper. Please help me. Please.
I think I'm gonna take a break from the game.
Who was that?
She said her name. What the fuck?
Victim from a murder trial.
Oh.
Victim, she's alive.
I see that, Lucy.
Oh, they didn't have a body. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh, that's crazy.